Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be an overall review of the project Navcoin. This is a project that I had heard about a long time ago, and it's been in the space for a while. You probably have heard of it as well. I received a lot of requests to cover it, and I also submitted a proposal to their community fund to see if I could get NAV in exchange for doing the video. After 2 attempts, the proposal was passed, so this is technically a community-sponsored video. And in the spirit of transparency, prior to this video I did not hold Navcoin, but now I do. Reminder, please hit that like and that subscribe button if you haven't already. Your engagement helps new people find me, which I'm super grateful for. If you want to chat, feel free to join my Discord. I'll leave the link down below. And my normal friendly disclaimer is that I am not a financial advisor. All investments have inherent risk, and please always do your own research. Navcoin, or NAV, is an open source cryptocurrency that was created in 2014. Yeah, that's quite a while ago. The team is a collective of developers whose mission was to provide cheap and fast digital payments with a focus on privacy and simplicity. The project was actually rebranded a few times. It started as Summercoin, which was a Bitcoin fork, and then it evolved to Navajo Coin, and then what is currently now Navcoin. It started as a proof-of-work project, and after 100,000 proof-of-work blocks, the project switched over to a pure proof-of-stake algorithm. Next is the team, and a bit more about the project history. Craig McGregor is the project lead on Navcoin. He's also currently the CEO of EncryptS Limited, which provides blockchain consulting services. A good portion of the employees of EncryptS also function as core developers for Navcoin. However, important point, EncryptS does not control Navcoin. Similarly to how a community of developers work on Bitcoin's core protocol, so does a team of developers work on Navcoin. EncryptS is just one of the developer groups for Navcoin. They also have about 14 other core developers working on the project, which you can see on their GitHub. Next up is the ICO. Navcoin started long before ICOs were a thing, so because of that, they didn't have an ICO. They also had no pre-mine or no insta-mine of any sort. The project was self-funded by the team and community volunteers. That's a breath of fresh air, honestly. On to the project's technology. Navcoin, as mentioned before, is currently a proof-of-stake project with a total circulating supply of 63 million and an upcoming annual inflation of around 6 to 10%. I'll explain that a little bit more later. Their transactions are nearly instant because they have a block time of 30 seconds, which compared to Bitcoin's 10 minutes is lightning fast. Not to mention their transaction fees are 1/1000th of a cent, quite cheap. They also have a decentralized governance feature, which basically means that no proposals or changes to the project can be passed unless the majority of the community agree and vote on it. In order for the proposal to be accepted, at least 50% of those staking must vote. And of that 50%, 70% must vote yes. Once approved, the payments are distributed to the initial proposal. Every year, 500,000 NAV are accumulated into the fund and used for different community purposes. For example, my video would be one of them. No one person can access the community fund or change the distribution model. The only way that NAV can be accessed is by the voting process. Their staking rewards have changed over the years as well. Originally, it was 20% for the first year, which started in 2014, and then 10% for the second in 2015, and 5% each year after that, which started in 2016. Here's the part I said I'd come back to. There's an update that's coming out that's going to change the rewards again to around 6 to 10%, depending on the amount of people staking on the network. The project's primary focus is on creating a fast and easy cryptocurrency to use for payments. One of their priorities is also privacy. However, in October, their private send feature was taken offline as the team is focusing on upgrading it. Previously, NAV would use the NAVTech subchain, which would enable the user to send NAV to a recipient via subchain of the main blockchain. The transaction was encrypted, and the sender would transmit the NAV for the transaction to the NAVTech subchain instead of sending it directly to the recipient. NAVTech would then send the final payment to the recipient from a token pool in which the NAVTech contract manages. The original tokens from the sender are not the same as the tokens that the recipient was receiving. This method is better known as coin mixing. The issue was that incentives alone were not enough for the average user to help secure the private send feature, and ultimately it caused a lack of servers securing the feature, and the team was no longer considering that feature decentralized. So, to resolve those issues, the development team took the private transaction option offline, and now they're working on an alternative method to support the privacy feature. I spoke to the community, and they explained that the new privacy protocol will be an extension to the zero-coin protocol, based on the same cryptographic principles, meaning zero-knowledge proofs, but allowing users to send coins without having to pre-mix them like in a normal zero-coin implementation. So projects that use this are like Zcoin and PivX. There will be private addresses, similar to stealth addresses, where users will be able to send and receive anonymously. The person I was speaking to said that this part is actually finished and currently in test implementation. Their technological paper that was written on these changes is also finished and has been under peer review. They state their next step is obfuscation of amounts, which is still in development. To make a long story short, old privacy gone, new privacy incoming with a goal of solving some current problems. As far as wallets go, Navcoin has a few options. They've got Navcoin Core. This is the official wallet that was published by the Navcoin Core developers. They've got NavPay, which is a user-friendly light wallet that allows you to store your coins. It can be found on a mobile app or a desktop version and doesn't require a lot of computer space to utilize. And then there's Navcoin Next, which is the wallet that I've been using. It's got a beautiful user interface that supports staking, as well as an interface to interact with the community proposals, making voting super easy. They have a stake box available too if you'd rather not have your computer on 24/7, and the old but faithful paper wallet option is also available. However, there is no formal white paper for this project itself. What is Navcoin up to nowadays? Well, currently the project sits at $249 on LiveCoinWatch with a market cap value of $9.4 million. And if you're interested in picking it up, there's a whole slew of different places you can get it from, including Binance, Bittrex, Upbit, and Poloniex. What does the future hold for Nav? Their Proof of Stake version 3 is promising cold staking for Nav holders, meaning it allows you to stake with your wallet that doesn't actually hold your coins, but you'll still have to stake it 24/7 to earn rewards and secure the network. So basically now the wallet that holds all the coins can be offline and safe, while another empty wallet is what's going to be used for staking it. They also have the new static rewards, which I talked about earlier, somewhere in the range of like 6 to 10% that will be better to incentivize the stakers to continuously secure the network. Also mentioned before are the privacy upgrades that are coming soon. On the roadmap, they state that the private transactions will be just as fast as regular transactions, broadcasting nearly instantly. There's going to be no mixing pools or servers. Private transactions will happen trustlessly, peer-to-peer, right on the network. And just as before, privacy will remain optional, meaning users decide whether or not they want a public send or private send. Another item upcoming on the roadmap is Valence. This is going to be a major upgrade and replacement of the current subchain of Nav. It also aims to be the crypto world's first anonymous, decentralized app platform. Its goal is to have developers code directly on the blockchain. It'll operate on a separate blockchain other than Nav, but the two will interface. Valence will have its own tokens upon release, and these will only be used for micropayments to write data on the blockchain. So Navcoin will still be the main currency to buy, similar to how Neo and Gas work together. On to the pros. No ICO, no pre-mine, no insta-mine. This is actually a huge pro, and it's something that can't really be understated and also can't be really said for the majority of the projects in the space currently. The ICO movement blew up, but so many projects just seemed like a money grab. Building a project out of passion and funding it yourself is how crypto started, and it's nice to see that Navcoin is a part of that movement. Another pro, really fast, low-cost transactions. As far as using the project as a currency, it's actually a pretty good bet. I mean, the block times are 30 seconds, and that's quite spectacular. Constant development. The project's been around since 2014, and they're always working on it and upgrading it. I see that that is some serious dedication. The final pro would be their upcoming privacy option. I'm impressed by the fact that they chose to rework the whole process because they thought they could do it better. A little bit of humility is some nice change in this space. Next are the cons. Marketing community awareness would be a con. It seems that although the project's been around for a significant amount of time, there's actually really no talk of it. I don't see it getting mentioned anywhere, which I find slightly surprising, to be honest. Maybe because it's not a shiny new project and people take it for granted, who knows. Either way, the team should probably try to do something about that and get some outreach out there. Project decentralization. As far as a rich list goes, only 100 projects hold 73% of all the NAV coins in circulation, while around 1,000 wallets hold 92%. I would have expected a little bit more distribution considering how long the project's been around. That being said, the top two wallets were Binance and Bittrex, meaning that way too many people are holding their Navcoin on exchanges. Get your Navcoin off exchanges and into a wallet to stake, people. In my personal opinion, I think coins whose main purpose are for transactions have a really tough time with adoption. Mostly, I think, because in general the public still sees Bitcoin as reigning supreme, and a lot of these other projects sort of fall by the wayside. There are a lot of transactionary projects who also double as privacy coins in this space, and I'm not sure Nav has done enough community outreach to really set themselves apart from the major competitors. My final thoughts are that I love that the project came about before ICOs were a thing, and it started in a more organic way. I'm also super impressed by the team's steady dedication over the years, and I'm excited about the fact that they'll be bringing back private transactions soon, as well as hopefully supporting cold staking. I'm also a big fan of the community fund feature, obviously because I was able to fund this video. All around, I do genuinely think that it's a great project, and I can honestly say that I will be hanging on to my NAV and letting it stake in my wallet. Well, that sums it up for me today. I'd like to thank the Navcoin community for approving the proposal to fund this video, and I'd like to thank the team for helping me gather information. As always, I'd like to thank everyone at home who continues to watch my stuff. I appreciate the support. You guys rock, and I'll see you all soon. Did you like this review of Navcoin? I've got a bunch of other review videos, as well as tons of other content in my playlist over there. Go check them out, and leave me some comments and let me know how you feel, if you like or dislike. And as always, thanks for the support, and thanks for watching the channel.